to get some perspective on the latest news moving the markets in Nigeria, we have Kayode Akindele, a partner at 46 Parallels. Kayode, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, the big news in the market now is this ETI investigation. The SEC confirming that yes, there is an investigation into allegations around governance issues in ETI, and it is, of course, following another issue that with respect to loans to the chairman of links to the chairman of EcoBank Nigeria. So ETI in the news for all the wrong reasons. The share price though was up about 1/3%. So maybe the market brushing aside these issues. Your thoughts on how this is likely to play out?
It'll be interesting. I mean, it brings into fore who actually regulates ETI, because it's a cross-border. Is it Nigeria or is it the different component countries? But because ETI is registered in SEC, as you mentioned, SEC are looking into it. Looking at 2012 results, before any bank, Nigerian bank releases results, CBN has to approve them.
Right.
So if CBN already looked at those results and approved them, and SEC are looking back into results, I think the market is taking a view that nothing will be found in those results because it's already been examined by CBN.
Right, well, it's been interesting to see how that plays out. Let's move on to the market's pulse these days. It's been flatlining for a while. It gained a bit on Monday, was down again yesterday. So over the last 3 weeks, really, if you look back, the market has been under some pressure. And the big takeaway is volumes. Volumes are really low. Yesterday, we saw them below 2 billion naira. Very little appetite for risk, if you like. Do you think this is likely to change before the US Fed announcement? Because a lot of people linking the appetite, particularly from foreign investors, to that announcement.
I think we're in the summer season as well. I think August is always a dead season in most markets around the world. Most people are on the holidays, people don't make investment decisions during that time. So I think when we start seeing moving more into September, more people start going back to their desks, we start seeing what's going on. I mean, in terms of the US Fed results, a lot of the emerging markets have suffered to an extent. The frontier markets like Nigeria have suffered less. But people are still seeing more pressure, especially if you look at the Naira, pressure on the Naira, then pressure on the stock exchange from foreign investors. But Nigeria has a significant domestic demand as well. And it's a domestic situation that will affect those investors.
Right. Of course, the 19th Economic Summit is focusing on agriculture. And of course, we just heard from Bisi Onosia, the CEO of First Bank. But when we look at the equity market, very little representation of agriculture, even though agri accounts for about 40% of GDP. Do you see that changing going forward? A lot of people suggesting that we'll see some new listings this year, particularly when you look at the ASM, the other market for small and medium-sized companies that the NSE is launching. Do you anticipate some listings from the agri space this year?
As we move to professionalize the agricultural sector, you will see more listings. People are looking for other sources of capital to come through. The CBN intervention, together with the Ministry of Agriculture, has provided loans at a very low rate comparative to what else can be got. I don't think there's any other funding that can get them that. Right. But I think I see some of the smaller industries, especially in processing, start coming more into the market to try and raise funds and issue broad on the market. But I think it is. The Nigerian Stock Exchange broadly does not reflect the Nigerian economy. I think if you look at telecoms, look at oil and gas, they're not listed on the exchange, and agriculture is the same. But as we move to try and get more of these companies to list on the exchange, that should change.
I think one company a lot of people are hoping to see listed very soon is Notori, the fertilizer company. It's a massive business that they have there. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Kayode Akindele, a partner at 46 Parallel, talking us through the Nigerian stock market and, of course, the sentiments around ETI. Of course, we'll be following that investigation and bringing you the latest on that, and that's where we'll have